Hi, this is Lee. I figured I would do a quick track by track ranking of Kiss's album Destroyer. And thank you to Henry Porter for suggesting that I do a ranking video. And he mentioned the years and pick an album from maybe those particular years. So it would be an album that he had heard the whole thing of. So I decided to do Destroyer. I'm also going to rank the song Rock and Roll Party because it's technically a track, even though it didn't have a title back in the day. But number 10, I have to say it would be Great Expectations. That's the song that's my least favorite. I know some people who like it. I understand why, but it's not something that I personally care for. The demo is somewhat better, but either way, it's really not a song that I'm into. And then the second least favorite, number 9, is Beth. The demo to that is okay. And some of the stuff that Peter Criss's group Lips did back then were alright songs. But the way that it's done on Destroyer, it's too sappy, and even though I like orchestral music, it sounds a little too Hallmark card for me. It's not something that I like to listen to. Okay. Number 8 would have to be God of Thunder. Even though a lot of people like it, it's too slow and it sounds like someone using a vacuum cleaner on very low bass tone, and then sometimes someone walks in the room and then you hear some high-pitched mumbling. That's sort of how it sounds to me. It doesn't sound great. The demo I really like. That, I think, could have been a great version to do. So there you go. The next, number 7, would have to be Detroit Rock City. A lot of people like it. I can understand why, but to me, a lot of Paul's songs, even though they're kind of heavy, they have this kind of minor key mode that make them a little too serious sounding, and they're not the kind of thing that I'm really into much. Okay. Number 6 would be King of the Nighttime World. That one's borderline pretty okay, but it's still one of the more serious songs that I'm not really quite into. It has a good kind of energy to it, but even when they did it live, it just kind of sounded like it was okay, but not great. All right. Now for number 5. Number 5 would have to be Do You Love Me? Now this is one that I do like. You know, I sometimes think it drags a little bit. Like it kind of goes on a little bit longer than it needs to. But for the most part, it's one of the better songs. All right. Number 4 would have to be Shout It Out Loud. Because, well, I do like it. I think it's quite good. But it's just a little bit not as great, even though I used to think so, as the other stuff that I like. Even better. All right. Number 3. If I got the order mixed up, then my apologies. But number 3 has to be blank because there's no number 3. I might have mentioned one song with a number twice, so if I did that, please forgive me. But the order that I'm mentioning the songs is the order that they're going in. Number 2 would have to be, now this is where both could be either number 2 or number 1. But, oh boy. Yeah, number 2 is Flaming Youth. I like that as well as number 1, but we have to have a ranking. So Flaming Youth is number 2, but I do like it quite a bit. And then number 1 is Sweet Pain. That's a great song. I like the guitar in it, and I think it's really cool. And I would say, except for Beth, I would say most of side 2 is pretty enjoyable. And if it was a one-sided album, I would rank it higher. Anyway, that's been my review. Take care. Bye.